An Albuquerque treatment center has been awarded money from the city to start an underage drinking prevention program. New Mexico Solutions will use the $95,000 a year grant to help youths arrested for DWI or other alcohol-related offenses learn about the risks of alcohol. Dr. David Lay, Executive Director of New Mexico Solutions, says his program is based on one currently being used in Kentucky.
What we proposed was to replicate a program that our company has been doing in western Kentucky for about 10 years. And it is a prevention program where we work with youth and their families when the youth has had an alcohol-related offense to and including driving under the influence of alcohol. There is what's called a zero-tolerance law in that when an individual is under age 21, if they're apprehended driving and they test positive for the presence of alcohol, even if the alcohol is not at the level of a DUI, they can be charged. Currently, the city of Albuquerque doesn't have a whole lot of resources for those individuals. They get referred to substance abuse treatment programs like ours. We have a very large substance abuse treatment program here in Albuquerque. But unfortunately, those programs are usually are more treatment related, and oftentimes what these individuals need is prevention education. So these individuals and their families, if they're under 18, will be referred to us, and we'll work with them and their families to help educate them about the risks and dangers of alcohol, help educate the youth in terms of social skills, refusal skills, planning skills, life skills, all intended to reduce the likelihood of repeat offenses that are related to alcohol.
Dr. Lay says the rates of substance abuse by New Mexico teens are some of the highest in the country. His own center's research also found high rates of drinking and driving among Albuquerque teens.
One of the things that we know here in Albuquerque, even the Southwest Behavioral Health Research Center here in Albuquerque did some research about 6 years ago around underage drinking and driving and showed very significant rates of underage drinking and driving in Albuquerque, and also showed real high rates of recidivism. When these youth have a first offense, it is very likely they will have future offenses. And the intent of our program is to try and intervene there.
There's a difference in treating teens than adults. Teens need more motivation, as their behavior's consequences aren't always as noticeable as adults are.
The social environment and the family environment are so critical in treatment of young people's substance abuse. I'm not saying that we don't work with those issues with adults, but it's different. Oftentimes when an adult is referred for substance abuse treatment, they have some significant life consequences over them. They have criminal charges. They're about to lose their job. They're about to lose their family, get divorced, things like that. There's a lot more external kind of motivation. With youth, though, we really have to work hard to get them motivated because they don't have that kind of significant motivation where they're saying, okay, I really need to get this together.
The program has been implemented in Kentucky, where Dr. Lay says they've seen positive results, including increased awareness and knowledge about the impact of drugs and alcohol, positive change in attitudes towards drugs and alcohol, and increased awareness of the risks and dangers of drugs and alcohol.
An evaluation of about 1,500 youth that completed our program in Kentucky showed that those youth benefited significantly, and the recidivism rates for those youth were significantly lower. Youth who had alcohol or drug-related offenses that didn't go through our program had a recidivism rate of close to 40%. The youth that went through our program had a recidivism rate only around 24%, which really shows a remarkably significant decrease in future use. Prevention works. When you get to these youth earlier on and prevent problems earlier on, they don't need as much treatment later on. So what we want to do in terms of services to the community, services to our clients and their families, is help prevent problems earlier on.
Dr. David Lay of New Mexico Solutions. I'm Rachel Kennedy for KSFR News.